Man, I can't believe I won the $1.6 billion Mega Million thing. Now, I'm finally able to get my dream of making a fully interactive VR MMO for the Oculus. Now I can finally create my dream. I spent a lot of money to get this thing to happen. I'm really excited to see what has become of this whole world. I don't know really what's been. I haven't really checked it out. I want it to be more of a surprise, you know how it is and stuff like that. So I guess let's just check out to see what this world is going to be, I guess. That's right, today we're going to be talking about Shangri La Frontier, an anime and manga that is about a man who loves trash games, but one day decides to try a god game. Basically, you're going from your cyberpunks, and then you end up getting into a little bit of Elden Ring and Skyrim, and end up seeing how those two worlds are different from each other. So, let's see everything this expansive god game, god tier series, manga, and anime series, potentially, I don't know, stick around to find out if it's that good, or if it's that bad. Is it another trash manga, or is it another top tier god manga? Let's find out in this video, right now. Shangri La Frontier follows Sunraku, who loves trash games. He's known for loving them. That's kind of his whole MO. He goes around and searches for trash games to find the worst of the worst, because something in those horribly made games is somewhat fun. Almost like a really bad movie that just has the acting absolutely terrible. Something like Don't Breathe. For me, I absolutely hate horror movies, but watching that movie made me laugh out loud to watch a blind old man basically kill off a bunch of 4 teenagers. Oh, and you know, the last scene for that one wasn't very nice. The turkey baster, for those of you who don't know that one, that was a bit of a sketch moment, but hey, it is what it is, and this is what this man loves to do. And then one day, he ends up beating another trash game, goes back to the game store, you know, because anybody goes to game stores anymore, like GameStop's not doing any good besides that whole stock run they did with that. I wonder how GameStop is doing right now. I wonder if it plummeted back down. But he ends up back in the game store, and the owner of the game store basically asks him to finally try out a god game, because he's tried all these trash games, so why not give a good game a chance for once in his life, instead of just wanting to hate yourself, and basically like me trying to play Destiny and putting it free to play, but oh no, you're gonna have to pay $30 for every DLC that comes out 3 months, and if you don't, you can't keep up with the game. But he finally tries out a game called Shangri La Frontier, one of the most newest popular VR MMO games, and is known for being one of the best out there. He ends up going to a character creation, and basically, as a funny joke, you know how we all make our character creations nothing like we are, and just go all out with these funny, wacky characters. He makes himself basically naked, just set himself with underwear and just a giant bird head, because why not? You get to make your own character, you get to play whatever you want, so it's really fun. So he drops in, and basically, that's how the story unfolds. He ends up progressing through the game, and he meets one of these mystical 7 creatures that are like the ultimate things that you need to kill in the game. They're even bigger than like the demon lord of the game. They're like the ultra in-game character. And with this, he ends up going to set a goal to defeat Liacorn, who defeated him once because he wasn't powerful enough, and that's kind of how this manga unfolds. So with that, we get to see how this whole world and vibrant VR MMO works. This is an isekai technically. I would qualify it as an isekai because it is another world, but the fun part about it is he's actually not stuck in there. It's not an SAO where you're trapped inside the game.
If you die, then you die in real life.
It's nothing like that. He's just playing a VR MMO. We get to see him go in and out of the world, so basically when he learns new stuff like that, it's like, you know, when you go out and to Google something in like Hollow Knight, like I have to do every 5 seconds because I can't figure out anything in that game anymore because I'm so deep into it. That's what he does. He goes and looks at game magazines and stuff like that, or Googles what to do, and to find these unique quests and how to power up and stuff. So it's really cool because his manga really encompasses what it's like to play an actual MMO game. It really stays faithful with the game, and he takes the skills from other games and the VR stuff and hand-to-hand combat things that he learns in other games and progresses it into there, to where he's not really overpowered, but it just kind of makes him a little bit better and a cut above the rest for these other people that are in the game, just for the sheer fact that he's an experienced gamer, which would give you an edge in any kind of thing. So the way he progresses throughout the game makes a lot of sense, and it doesn't really feel like he's just getting overpowered for no reason. Like, he chased down Vorpal bunnies and stuff like that because they seem like a fun enemy to kill for him, so he just wants to do it and sees that that's the fastest way to, you know, level up, and later in the game it ends up benefiting him by sheer chance, which happens a lot of times in video games. So the way the manga progresses with him powering up and getting new weapons and things like that. It's really, you know, makes a lot of sense. I really like how it progresses with that. It doesn't really confuse me. It makes a lot of sense for that gamer brain of me. I've never been excited about watching a character get his weapon upgraded, and just that feeling when he does it. So this is a little bit of a spoiler for a manga. He gets one of his weapons upgraded, and afterwards he tries to equip it and he can't because he's not a high enough level. And it's like, who has never had that experience in a game where you finally get that exotic in Destiny, for me, but you're not a high enough level to be able to use it, so you just have to let it sit in your inventory, and it just sucks later on. And that's just like, it really hit home. I was like, oh man, hashtag felt in that moment when he's like, I can't use these blades because I'm not a high enough level. It's so funny, and I love it because it really feels like this guy is a gamer. He knows what he's doing inside this manga to make it feel like an actual game. The way you progress with new abilities, the way you slowly level up, the way that boss level monsters are created. Everything feels like this man really loves video games, and this really is just a love to MMOs and just a love child of what it all encompasses, and like the fun of progressing and, you know, finding a new world and finding that new amazing game that you end up falling in love with. And it really incorporates all that really cool stuff for it, and I really enjoy it. And we get to see that Sunraku and the trash games and the people he's met beforehand, they're not like just like throwaway characters and stuff. They actually get involved in this game too, because it's the new big game, so everybody's gonna flock to it. So we get to see like these past games that he used to play and the people that he used to meet. Like, you know, when you used to play Call of Duty, you switch to Destiny or something like that, and you just end up meeting people that you've seen in other games by random happen chance and stuff like that. It's really fun, and it's a really relatable concept that I really enjoyed for this. And the worst part about this manga is probably the fact that, again, at the end of the day, it is another isekai. I mean, it's fun, and it's really cool to watch him go on these quests and things like that, but it is an isekai. I like the way it's different in the fact that he's not stuck in there, so he can research out of the world and stuff like that. He's not crazy overpowered. When he has to fight these monsters, he does lose, and he does die, and he has to progress like a regular amount, but he is still doing the basically start from nothing, get super powerful and overpowered, and find these unique quests that give you a jump above the rest that nobody's able to find before, and things like that. So it does have that little bit of isekai tropiness in it, but overall it's just an absolutely amazing manga. It really encapsulates me, and I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I honestly thought it was just another trash isekai. I really did. I didn't know that this was going to be one of these god isekais for me. It is like really up there for the isekai genre, in my opinion, or the fantasy genre and stuff like that, if you want to get to whether this is an isekai or not. What do you guys think? You guys think it's an isekai? Let me know in the comments down below. Comment down below and let me know, because I want to know if this counts as isekai or not, because for me it does. But he's not trapped there, so I don't know if that technically counts or not. This series really does so much right and has a lot going for it, because it's just overall extremely entertaining to watch this man learn from these new abilities and fight these crazy interesting monsters and things like that. Like, again, they're just like regular monsters. You're not going to find anything, you know, out of the ordinary or stuff like that, but the NPCs in the world are really entertaining to watch. Like the person who's following him, like this bunny quest he's going on right now, all the characters for that are pretty fun. They're not amazingly different from a lot of different things, but they're unique enough to, you know, do what it needs to do to stay interesting and not bore me. And I really love the whole concept of this series and how it really, again, like I said earlier, it just feels like a love child to just gaming in general, and find that gamer brain, and just like everything that you see frustrating in games and everything you love in games, and all like that mundane stuff you have to do, like collecting materials, selling the materials, finding another village, progressing through the world and things like that. It's just really cool. It's basically interesting enough. It's like basically just like watching a YouTube walkthrough for like someone playing a game. It's really cool. It really is just like Googling Jacksepticeye and watching a full game playthrough of it, and it's just really amazing to watch this character Sunraku progress through the game and get better and better. And there are other things tying in to watch him fight Lucacorn or Liacorn. Sorry, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but this giant wolf creature that beats him at first. It's really entertaining and really unique in a way, and I very much enjoy everything that this manga has to offer. Overall, this series just really does almost everything right, in my opinion, for a isekai series. It does everything that it needs to do to be an entertaining isekai series. And like I said, the shortcoming still is the fact that it is like another, it's not crazy, it's just another fantasy world that you're in, that you're progressing through and things like that, but it also does have that mindset to know it's like, okay, you've seen this before. I'm not going to get you stuck in the first world for like 16 chapters. I'm not going to get you like off of these like quick training things. So there's like a point where he's trying to level up and they really just speed through it because it's like no one honestly cares about it. Like, let's just get to the final part of this and like make it entertaining and things like that. But let's speed through the parts that people don't really care about, that are more like the mundane tasks you have to do, progress through different games like that. Like, you know, when you're in Minecraft and you're doing the building part and you just instead of watching him do the entire building part, it basically speed runs through that and you just get to see the final giant house that he made. Like those really cool videos where you get to see the giant castles that people make in Minecraft, which is really impressive. I love that people do that kind of stuff. I'm like making dirt huts over here, and like I'm like impressed when I make a little triangle on my house and stuff like that. So it really does like speed run through the parts that you really wouldn't care about for this type of anime and stuff like that. So it does what it needs to keep it entertaining, and the fact that is going to be coming out in 2023, I believe, and that the manga is continuing on strong right now. I really love Shangri La Frontier. It really is an entertaining concept, and it's really fun with just Birdman running around doing bird things, and he has to Auto Parts. Also, he has to stay naked. He tries to put on armor, but because of the curse he has, he's not allowed to equip any armor. So he has to remain naked the entire game, and he just has to wear a bird head. That's all he has. He has a bird head and nothing else. And that's how he has to progress through the game, which is pretty funny because that's something I would be doing in a game like that. Just wearing a bird head and nothing else, because why not? Because it'd just be a funny concept to run through town as just a naked bird man. And I just really am surprised that I enjoyed the manga as much as I did. I really, really did not think I was going to enjoy it. I was expecting to do, I hate Shangri La Frontier. That's honestly what I expected this video to be, but I gotta be honest, it really blew me out of the water with it. I think it's because I came in with such low expectations that it really did a really good job at doing everything right and just making it a really solid isekai series. And so, what do you guys think about Shangri La Frontier? Do you love it? Do you hate it? You over isekais? I understand that, and that's why I really thought I was gonna hate it, because I'm over isekais for the most part. Like, I really am not into the whole isekai thing at all right now. In pretty much any isekai that it is, I just skip, except for Devil is a Part-Timer, which is a reverse isekai. That's pretty much the only thing right now that I really care about for an isekai. Rising of the Shield Hero I dropped. I didn't really care about the second season or anything like that. That time I got reincarnated as a slime is pretty entertaining. I'll probably watch that whenever the newest season comes out for that. But other than that, I really don't care about isekai series. I'm really over them. They're kind of a really played out concept. But this does a really good job of being a unique twist, and just really, like I said, if you love games, if you love MMOs, if you want a series that really makes you feel like that person loves video games and loves the whole entire world of the game process and the grind and the power-ups and the leveling up and upping your stats and everything like that, really Elden Ring type of stuff like that, and fantasy, VR, MMO, Monster Hunter, things like that, you'll really love this series because it does that perfectly, and it just stays as such an entertaining series. And I just can't say enough about this series that just really, besides the fact it's a gamer's paradise, and it's just an ode to gamers who loves games. And that's what this series is, and that's what Shangri La Frontier is all about. But like I said, what do you guys think about this manga? You love it? You hate it? What do you all think about it? Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you feel that you enjoy this video. It means a lot. Lets me know that you guys enjoy this type of stuff and you want to see more things like that. And hopefully I'm going to do a couple more expansive things. I got a couple big projects I got in the works right now. I'm really excited to show you guys this stuff. It's going to be a on location type of thing. It's not going to be in this little studio apartment I got over here. It's not an actual studio apartment. And it's not going to be with my trash background anymore that I can't clean up at the moment because people are over here, and this is also now a guest room. So hey, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I got big things in the work, and I can't wait to show you all. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in another video.